4-3-3 is a popular option for a lot of coaches playing 11v11 football. It's a perfect formation for teams that like to attack fluidly and control the middle of the pitch. With 3 forwards up front, there'll always be an attacking option for the team to exploit. Coupled with fullbacks and midfielders pushing forward, this provides huge overloads in the opposition's half of the pitch. Dependent on how you like to play, you could easily switch this formation when you've not got the ball into a 4-5-1, offering more defensive support. I'm now going to talk you through each player in the team and their roles and responsibilities within this formation. You might want to do things differently, which is absolutely fine. Each coach has their own ideas and ways of doing things. It's important you find what's right for you and your players. Firstly, we're going to take a look at the fullbacks, numbers 2 and 3. In possession, we want these players to try and get on the ball from the goalkeeper. When the goalkeeper has the ball, they should look to go wide and high up the pitch to offer a passing option, whilst the centre-backs split wide as well. They need to recognise when to get forward to support the attack and when to stay back. I normally ask my fullbacks to work as a pair in this formation, so if one of them goes forward, the other must stay back and provide that defensive balance so we don't get caught out on the counter-attack. I'd also ask my fullbacks when they're attacking to overlap the winger and stay wide. You could do this the opposite way around and ask them to come inside the winger, but that's entirely your choice. Out of possession, we want the number 2 and 3 to be close enough to the opposition wide player to pressure their first touch. They should try to show the opponents inside until they're level with the penalty box and then show them down the line. It's important that these players can make the required recovery runs. If they choose to attack and don't make it back into the shape in time, we'll find ourselves outnumbered and wide open to goals being conceded. Secondly, we'll take a look at our centre-backs, numbers 4 and 5. In possession, we want our central defenders to be prepared to receive the ball from the goalkeeper. When the goalkeeper has the ball, these 2 players should split wide on either side of the box to give the keeper an option. They should try to play angled passes behind the opposition and play quick passes into our fullbacks or central midfielders. Out of possession, we need them to be the anchors for our team, working together as a pair. They should never be too far away from each other and should move across the pitch as a unit. If one goes, the other should follow. Next up is our defensive midfielder, number 6. In possession, we want this player to try and release our wide midfield players with passes that break lines. They should try to get on the ball from the goalkeeper and defenders and play forwards quickly whenever possible. When the centre-backs split wide, our number 6 should drop into the gap created and look to receive the ball on the half-turn and play forwards. Out of possession, our CDM may need to drop in and cover for the centre-back when the centre-backs are pulled wide. They should be able to recognise when that is and when it needs to happen and act on it immediately, so we aren't left with big gaps in our defence. Our number 6 should provide a defensive screen and block balls into the opponent striker's feet. They should always be close enough to the defenders to pick up second balls and prevent any danger. Now we'll take a look at our attacking midfielders, numbers 8 and 10. In possession, we want these players to try and play quick combinations in midfield with each other and also link with the front 3. They should be able to link play from back to front and support our forwards quickly. They need to be able to recognise when to support beyond the striker and when to hold their position. Our attacking midfielders should always be trying to slide passes between the defenders to create chances. Out of possession, we want them to play a high pressure game and intercept passes whenever they can. Their job is to break up the opposition's play and make it hard for them in the middle of the pitch. Next up is our central striker, our number 9. In possession, our striker needs to recognise when to shoot with power and take their shots early. They should chauffeur passes into feet and receive on the half turn wherever they can. When play is developing in the wide areas, our number 9 needs to find space between the opposing defenders and attack crosses. Out of possession, they should try to make play predictable and force the centre-back to play risky passes. It's important that they try to prevent the ball going into midfield and put maximum effort into trying to close down and win the ball back high up the pitch to give us a better chance of creating goal-scoring opportunities. And finally, we'll look at our wide forwards, numbers 7 and 11. In possession, our wingers should play high against the opposition's fullbacks and threaten the space in behind. Anytime they get the ball in the final third, they should be looking to provide crosses or take a shot on goal. They need to recognise when the right time is to dribble or to play quick combinations with the striker and get in behind. Out of possession, number 7 and 11 should provide defensive cover in the wide areas and try to pin the opposition fullback. They need to make recovery runs into midfield to stop the opposition crossing into the box. They should track the opponent's fullbacks if they decide to overlap, and this is where our formation turns into a 4-5-1 when we're out of possession, helping us stay compact and prevent the opponents from creating space and scoring.